Hey there folks, it's Roar again. I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys a different kind of audio commentary today. As you can see, this is me playing the Purple Zerg versus Emo, the Green Terran. I'm basically going to go through my thought process and what's going through my head and how I'm going to counter which and what not. So we're going to go and get this started. As you can see here, this is Scrap Station, and I'm playing a protoss player. So in my mind right now, we're a little bit far positions here. I'm going to go ahead and opt to do a 15 hatchery here. Zerg players can have a few starting build orders, but I normally go for a 15 hatch, 15 pool, or a 14 pool, 13 extractor, or 14 extractor, 13 pool. So in this game, I am going to go for a 15 hatch, 15 pool, and see how that fares me. As you can see here, we're already having some bad news for me here though. Emo is doing a semi-proxy here. He's using this choke right here to place a pylon and most likely 2 gates. I'm setting my overlord in across and he is a bit slow, as you can see, and I'm going to go and come in this area and figure out that there is nothing here, but it's going to be a little too late. As you can see, I do have my 13 drones coming up. I did go for a 9 overlord. That means I built 9 drones, and then on my 9th food supply, so when I was 9 of 10, I went ahead and built an overlord and then a drone right after. I usually do scout with my 10th drone, but I opted not to this game just because it's so far. And as you can see, my overlord is swinging in, and I really don't have that much vision yet, so I'm still feeling pretty comfortable with my 15 hatch idea. And yes, we do have 2 gateways coming from my opponent. Here comes his scouting probe, pretty much on time for when it normally should be coming in. So I'm not too nervous, and I go ahead and lay down my hatch, and at this point in time I should be pretty wary. I see this probe running out. I'm just assuming he maybe went for a forge expand because he's kind of countering my expo, so I'm still kind of wondering what's going on here. Not playing really too cautious. As you can see, I do throw down my spawning pool, and I went ahead and put up an extractor too. And I do see the scouting probe in here, so I'm still feeling pretty comfortable. I see this probe running back, so I'm like, okay, did he put something up against the rocks or something in this area? And then at this point in time, once my overlord sees his first zealot running right over here, I'm thinking, okay, I'm in a crap ton of trouble. My hatchery's halfway up, and he has 3 zealots pretty much streaming into my base. You can see he has them rallied over there. So they're all coming out perfectly. They're not getting caught up behind. And my spawning pool isn't even up yet. I do have my overlord coming out almost exactly on time. I usually try to build one at 16 of 18 right when the spawning pool comes up. My overlord comes out. It's a bit late, probably by 2 seconds or so. His queen started, and I'm going to go and at least get some zerglings out, I think, to defend. No, actually, I'm going to opt to go a roach warren. I remember this game. Sorry, I didn't watch this review beforehand. So I'm going to go to a roach warren just because these zealots are pressuring my hatchery. I'm pretty much scrapping the hatchery. I'm not going to be able to defend this. I know he's 2 gate now. As you can see, my overlord is overhead, basically scouting over the area. He does have a pylon right over here, and I'm just basically in a ton of trouble. He doesn't have any gas yet up though, so I know he's not going to be able to counter roaches right away. So I tried to put up a spine crawler right here, didn't cancel it in time. Let's go ahead and focus it down. I don't do any real damage here, as those zealots just do so much damage. And here he comes. He is running into my base. I do have a few zerglings. I was attempting to intercept some zealots over here, but he just goes ahead and charges right up my base. And as you can see, I'm in a ton of trouble. I don't have any roaches building whatsoever, and finally I have my first 3 roaches coming out. So he's going to go ahead and head to my drone line. I'm going to pull my drones out. I'm going to have to stop mining, and I'm basically in a ton of trouble right now. So I'm going to have to somehow recover from this attack, and I'm basically just dancing on my units, having my queen do a few pocket shots, trying to weaken up these guys for my roaches to come out. And as you can see, my zerglings are just getting splattered. Roaches do come out, so I'm kind of just kiting around with my queen. He must be microing inside of his base, because as you can see, I'm just queuing my queen, trying to run her away. And more and more zealots, they go into my drone line. Once again, I have to pull out my drones. He just has so many zealots that even with the roaches on this creep, I just can't keep up with the micro here. And as you can see, I am microing around my drones, trying to keep them safe. and I'm doing a fairly good job of keeping my drones alive. If we go to the unit counting station, he just has 4 more probes than I have drones at the moment. I am going to lose a lot more drones though, I'm sure. As you can see, I even stopped mining for a while, and he's going to go ahead and focus down my spawning pool as my queen does die, and that is very, very vital to the Zerg army to get that queen back up. He knows I can't build a queen without that, but as you can see, I have 5 roaches out in the game now, so I'm going to be able to push back this attack, and I'm going to go ahead and counter, and I still have 9 to 14. He must have been feeling pretty confident. He just got his cybernetics core up now. He's going for a double gas, and I see that nothing's being chrono boosted out of these gates, so this attack's going to go very well for me. And as you can see, I'm splitting up my forces, chasing down this zealot with these 2 roaches, and then focusing down a few zealots over here with these roaches. And I do have 1 more roach coming out for this zealot, but he's not even going to bother going in. And as you can see, I'm microing my lows, the roaches. Every unit counts at this point in time, and we still have nothing coming out of those gateways. And as you can see here, my opponent decides to switch it up and go a Stargate. So he's changing his focus completely. I'm going only 1 drone on gas and just trying to constantly keep up my drone production here. So I'm getting out some more and more drones. As you can see, I'm building 3 drones. He's getting a Stargate and he has a Stalker up, and I'm focusing down these probes, or these pylons, just trying to make a hole so I can get to that probe line. He gets out his first Stalker. He's zapping down that roach, and basically I'm just going to move these around so the low one never gets focused down too often. As you can see, he's going to go and blast that one down, but I have this hole open, and I'm going to go ahead and go pressure that Stalker, and I'm just going to keep rallying units in here. So this is going really, really great for me right now. I just have to make sure, as you can see, he pulls his whole entire probe mineral line off. This is great for me. It completely stops his mining, and I'm going to get this pylon before he's able to do anything. So as you can see here, this pylon does go down. He's not going to be able to bring in any other forces. I'm going to go and focus down the Stalker as much as I can. Stalker goes down, and now I'm going to just focus down some probes. If we go to the unit counting station again, he does have tons more probes than me, but this is just going to help me come out and come back a little bit, as these roaches can just take these probes so perfectly. Zerglings would have probably been the better choice here, but I mean really, if I can just keep shot potting these probes, as you can see, I'm keeping this low one in the back here, but he's going to go for a surround and actually surround him. But I mean, now we're even on unit count, and here comes my reinforcements, bringing it in. I'm going to take down the rest of these probes, keep my roach alive, and he's chronoing in a void ray to finish off the game. So I need to scout this very, very quickly. I'm going to go and start focusing on those gates, and I decide, you know, I better just get to his probe line and take him out. He goes ahead and runs over a probe over here. Is probably going to think of the base races coming in. As you can see, this is his one mistake I would feel he's doing. He's focusing down my units, attacking him, rather than going into my base. So what do? I'm going to start up a queen right away, but as you can see, the queen is on hold. I had to get another, some food. So the queen is producing now, and I go and take down the pylon, powering up this void, the Stargate and everything like that, and he's not mining at all. And basically I'm just focusing down these 2, and I'm just sending around my Zerglings. I finish off all of his probes. He has enough money to make more probes, and finally he's sending that void ray into my base. But it's going to be too little too late. I'm starting an Evo chamber, and I'm just basically going to micro my drones to pump out more units. And here we go, my queen's just about done. We have 3, 2, 1 there. Queen's up. 2 queens. He's going to be able to charge up his void ray. I sent in the one that I just built out first because I'm going to have a transfusion available for him shortly. And do I get a transfusion off? I believe I do. No, I'm dumb apparently, and I don't know how to micro. But anyway, I should have got a transfusion off, but I didn't. And he's going to go and microwave his void ray. And here I go. My other queen's almost already up, and he basically has no buildings left. He's not going to be able to do much at all. I have too many Zerglings. I have roaches in his base, and I'm going to send this roach over here just to make sure he doesn't have any expansion, because he's not leaving it, and I'm kind of curious why. And I'm focusing on his void ray more, and there he goes. He left the game. So I will have some more coming up for like this. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll try to keep getting these up. They seem to be a little easier to do than the other commentaries. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.